Morning, guys. I've had a lot of guys ask me for some further detail about how the setup on the Vittorazi Moster 185 dual start is, as opposed to existing pull start only. So I thought I'd give you a quick video to show you some of the differences. Obviously, there's the starter itself. That's the bracket that is bolted to the engine casing that holds the back of the starter. You'll notice other things like the carburetor on this engine doesn't have the impulse line that runs from right here to down on the block. So this carburetor doesn't come with that. Just to further illustrate on my other engine, you'll see there it is right there. So that's been eliminated. So I don't know how it works on the new one, but this one doesn't. The new one doesn't have it. This engine on my pull start on my other one appears to be tapped for the e-start bracket, but I still don't know whether or not Vittorazi is going to be offering an upgrade kit. I think you probably would at least have to have these two threaded ports to be able to mount the starter in the first place. So I don't know whether that would be able to do it even with this motor, because there are some other differences. If you look at the exhaust on the standard Moster 185 Plus, you see the two springs underneath, the one on top, and this exhaust is totally shaped somewhat different than the new one, whereas the new one is two on top and one underneath, and the shape is different. They had to redesign the muffler and the mounting bracket, to allow for the installation of the starter, so that would probably have to be changed as well. Here is the geared flywheel that is in front of the flash starter, so you can see what that looks like. I installed this little safety switch, as well as you can see the little 4-pin relay that I installed to build set up the electrical system for this starter. Also, you'll notice Vittorazi doesn't, at the time that they released this engine, I don't think they offered a electric start handle option. So there's my standard Vittorazi V-throttle, which I like a lot, but I found on Amazon a motorcycle starter switch, and then I added this little piece of PVC pipe as a safety collar so that you can't inadvertently touch the button and hit the starter in flight, which you certainly wouldn't want to do while it's running, or you could probably damage the starter. Okay, anyways, let's see what else I might need to show you. The new engine comes with a charging coil, and this is it right here. It weighs about 7 ounces, and I took it off the engine because I chose not to hook it up, because the battery I'm using, the LiPo battery, has to have a balanced charge system, and to reduce the risk of fire or explosion, obviously, I didn't want to have a charge system going to it. It is a simple, I'll pull it out of the little case I put in here, simple little 8-ounce LiPo battery. I've started this engine at least 60 times, and in between breaking it in and flying it for the first time yesterday, and touch and goes and whatever. And you know, it still has over close to 70% charge on it. So, and it only weighs 8 ounces, which is, by taking the charging coil off, that totally negated the weight of the battery at 8 ounces. If you choose to use a lithium-ion battery that has a built-in balancing system and use the charge coil, which you could certainly do, but you're looking at a battery that's probably going to weigh over 1 pound. And so I was just trying to save some weight, and again, I decided I didn't want to use a charging system on this. The battery case is simply a little phone case that I bought at Walmart, and it just clips to the back of here, and works well. You don't need a LiPo bag on a LiPo battery that's only for discharge only. There's no risk of fire, so... Anyways, if I left anything out, I apologize, but that's pretty much it. And again, it's a great system. Starts really easily. The pull start works just as well, but it's great to have the redundancy. So far, it seems a very solid unit, and I don't see any issues going forward, but we'll continue to test fly, and if anything comes up, I'll be the first to let you know. All right, guys, take care.